Say something for the record. Tell the people what you feel.
Fuck the record.
Fuck the record.
Fuck the people.
John, man, thank you for coming back on the show, dude. This is cool.
Hey, man, are you wearing a Kill Your Culture shirt?
Yes.
Rad, dude.
Yeah, you make these shirts, man. This is like one of the most comfortable shirts I have, and I promise you that, man. It's more comfortable than my Good Company shirts.
Wow.
I wear this all the time.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm still in business. Everybody likes to wear my shit, right?
Yeah, dude. Kill Your Culture. Yeah. How long have you been doing that for now?
21 years.
Really?
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been doing the merchandise game for way longer than 21 years, but I started getting really serious in like creating my brand around 2003. And that was pretty much after Low Pro disbanded, and I just had to get really creative at the time. So that's what happened. Yeah.
How did you come up with that name, Kill Your Culture? Where did that name come from?
Gosh, I really don't fucking know. I don't know. I mean, I always fucked around with pop culture.
Sounds cool.
And stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, everybody's like, you're killing it. And I'm like, I'm killing pop culture, you know. Oh, you're killing the culture. I'm like, all right, you know, so something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I got the another shirt from you. Look, you guys put out Snot. So I thought that was really cool. Kill Your Culture put out Snot shirts. So
yeah, fuck yeah.
So man, it's great quality. I mean, it's funny
Thanks.
when you think about like the shirts we wore back in the 90s or 80s or whatever, and just how thick and uncomfortable they were.
I know you're always going like,
yeah,
fuck this. And I still got some of the shirts, like this Ramon shirt don't feel the greatest, you know, but it's like, maybe if I wash it 1,000 times, it might, you know, get a little softer.
Yeah, dude. And that's another thing is washing this shirt, the Kill Culture shirt, it never shrinks. So that's a bonus, man. That's cool.
Yeah, everybody's always like, what's going to happen to it? And they're always expecting, you know, the usual. And I'm like, man, trust me, you're fine. It's not going to freak out or nothing, you know. Yeah. But it's
So,
all
John,
about quality fabrics, you know.
Yeah. I'd rather pay a little more for quality than, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Crap. Hey, man, John, man, thank you for being over here, man, or coming over here. Thank you for doing the podcast. I'm so used to people being at the house. That's cool.
Right? Yeah. Oh, I wish I was there. You got a beautiful house. And last time I was there, I appreciated the invite, and we had a blast for sure.
Absolutely. We had a great night out the night before, and we were all hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So first of all, did I ever ask you how your day's going? I don't remember if I asked you that.
It was a crazy day for me, you know. Just running Kill Your Culture, and I do a lot of festivals local in Colorado. So I'm doing this beer Oktoberfest this Saturday. So I just been printing like crazy all week to get ready, and then my printer is taking a shit on me with an error saying it could stop at any moment. So I'm freaking out, trying to find an Epson service tech and that. And then I had to run over to my store and install some window decals. So then grab some merchandise from my store to get ready for this Oktoberfest, and then bust back here in time for you. So
well, I appreciate that, man. That's cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I also found this, man, that Kill Your Culture did a Good Company Christmas package for me.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, man. I had shirts made and everything, and then one day, one of my I think my sister-in-law was like, was there a penis on his nose? I was like, no, there's not. And I was like, oh, there is.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of what you said. And then if you remember that, wasn't there a Dan Aykroyd weird movie years ago where he had like a penis for a nose?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I can't remember the name of that. I know what you're talking about.
It was kind of like it was under the radar kind of movie. I never think it really did well, but it was really strange movie from what I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, today I was getting ready for this interview, and I noticed on Spotify that Snot, the reason I know who you are, the band I loved back in '98, you guys have your own demo uploaded on Spotify. Did you have any part in that? I mean, how did that happen?
No, I didn't.
Really?
No, dude. What is it? It was like there's a car jumping a dog.
It looks like it's like white, like a white. I can look it up real quick, but it opens up with my balls. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what's funny is there might be a phone number on it. It was like Lynn's actual like pager number or some shit. Yeah, yeah. It's called it was the Joyride logo. Yeah.
Joyride logo. Yeah, yeah. That I just heard what you said about Lynn. That's funny. Did you guys sell the first Snot EP? Were you guys selling it out of your car like old school, you know?
No.
Did you guys have a bunch of cassette tapes made or CDs or anything like that to hand out?
Gosh, it's been so long. I'm not sure. I just don't remember of it being at that level. I remember of us recording demos, and they were mainly for the reason of getting them to record labels to get signed. But I don't remember of recording them for just, you know, like I said, for fans or anything like that.
Do you have anything from back in the day from that era? Like do you have a hard copy of the demo or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, I got a box of memorabilia, things like that, and then you know, DAT tapes. I mean, it was like even, gosh, that wasn't before CDs, but it was just, you know, I got an ADAT tape, got a cassette version, you know, it's just like
right,
yeah, stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
When you and Mikey were over here, man, we had a blast. How long have you known Mikey? I mean, how'd you guys meet? Mikey Doling.
We met literally, well, before we met face to face, we met on a random phone call, and Mikey and I believe Lynn were at Shannon Larkin's house. Shannon has been a longtime friend and drummer with Godsmack for the last decades or so. But they were watching football, and they went to Shannon and said, "Hey, man, we need a bass player. Do you know anybody?" And Shannon's like, "Hell yeah, John Fahnestock." He goes, "Let's give him a call right now." So they called me up, and I was in PA at the time living, and they were like, "Hey, we want you to come to Santa Barbara, join this band, join Snot." And I'm like, okay, because you know, it must have been a year or two before Shannon moved from the East Coast to the West Coast. And he said, "When I get out there, I'm going to find a band for you and hook you up." Because we were all bummed, you know, seeing Shannon leave. And he's like, "I'll hook you up." So that was the call. That was the hookup, you know. And 2 weeks later, I flew out there and I met Mikey and Lynn. They picked me up at LAX. Didn't know them for just that one phone call. And they drove me back to Santa Barbara. And the rest is like history.
Wow, man. That's like, how old were you when that happened, man?
Oh my, I was 26.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just to get up and leave like that, that's pretty cool. That's probably easier to do in your 20s.
Yeah, right. I mean, I didn't have any commitments, you know. I wasn't married, didn't have children. I think at the time I actually was living again at home, so I had to get out. You know, like, yeah, I was like, I had to get something going on in life, and I was going to get into graphic designing and go to some like colleges or something for the arts. But then I got that call and said, "Fuck it, this is my calling."
When you got that call, what did you have? Did you have, like, you had your bass? Did you have an amp, or like what kind of equipment did you bring over?
Yeah, I had an old Kramer, like a kind of P bass style bass, and I flew that out. And I didn't have an amp, so when I got to Santa Barbara, we were friends. Shannon was in Ugly Kid Joe at the time.
Oh yeah, yep.
And Cordell let me use some of his rig. So we went into their rehearsal, and I just picked out some bass gear, and then I was off and jamming with Snot pretty much quick as that.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's great. And did you guys, like, I remember listening to watching a Pearl Jam documentary, and they said when they got Eddie Vedder, as soon as he got over to the house, he immediately wanted to jam. Like, he didn't want to waste any time. When you got over there with those guys, did you immediately want to jam, or did you guys just, you know, chill and get to know each other?
Well,
what was it like?
I remember the first meeting was like when I met Lynn and Mikey at LAX, and then I get in Lynn's van. Mikey's like, "You got any weed?" like asking me, I just flew all the way in. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of in my bass. And he's like, well, break it out. And I'm like, no, it's in my bass. Like I got to unscrew the whole jack plate and take it where the electronics are, and it was like hidden inside there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Funny, but cutting to your story, and you were saying, I flew back then months later, and I got Sonny Mayo in the band. He was living in DC, and we jumped in a Celica, and I grabbed the rest of my stuff from PA, and we all had a little U-Haul hitch. We busted ass across America, and gosh, I think we only slept 6-8 hours one night in a hotel, but we did like 65 hours, and we were in Santa Barbara. And as soon as we get there, and obviously we're beat, Mikey's like, let's jam. And we're like, all right. And we literally went to where Snot was. We were rehearsing, and we just started jamming. It's funny.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, honestly, you're like, oh God, I'm tired. Just did the last 12-hour leg. But yeah, we were like, let's go jam. We were like, all right, let's do it.
How do you know Sonny, man? I love Sonny Mayo. I've had him on the show multiple times. I love that dude. How do you know Sonny from back then?
Well, on the East Coast, Shannon, Sonny, and Jamie, we were all in this little side project because Shannon was in Rapchild, which became Souls at Zero. And Shannon always had like these punk bands on the side. And that's how I've been playing with him since I've been 16. And we had this band at the time called MF Pitbulls.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Shannon didn't play the drums. He was a singer in this band. And we got Jamie Miller on drums, fucking phenomenal, who eventually replaced Shannon in Souls at Zero.
That's so cool. Yeah.
When Shannon went to Ugly Kid Joe, because nobody could, like, Jamie and Shannon were just like twins. It was freaky. Anyways, we did that. And Sonny was our guitar player. And Sonny was friends of Shannon's because at one time, I think it was Jay and Rapchild had broke his hand or hurt his hand, and they needed a fill-in. And Sonny was in a band in the Baltimore, DC area, and Shannon knew him. And so Sonny filled in, and they got to know each other better. And then when we put the MF Pitbulls together, Shannon was like, we should get Sonny Mayo to play guitar. So that's how that came about. And basically, Sonny and Jamie and me, there's the other, the three members of Snot, Lynn and Mikey. So one by one, after I joined Snot, I was like, hey, Mikey's mentioned about getting a second guitar player. And I said, let's just get Sonny. And then at the time, we realized that the drummer wasn't cutting it. Good friend, but still, it just wasn't the. We needed.
Wasn't no Shannon Larkin, you know what I mean?
Shannon Larkin and definitely not a Jamie Miller, and we called Jamie. Jamie came right out too. And then at that time, we were pretty much signed to Geffen. Jamie joined, and it was pretty much a sealed deal at that point. So it wasn't like we were going through LA and playing with Jamie the whole time. We kind of got signed with our original drummer, and then unfortunately we parted ways and got Jamie.
Was this when Geffen signed you? Did you guys know? Did they come out to your show and see a couple of people? Yeah. Did you know they were there and everything?
I think so at the time. Nick Adler was our manager, and he ran the Roxy, and he kind of much, pulled the strings to make the labels come out and see us. So, he'd be like, tonight, Geffen's going to be in the house, Interscope's coming, and we kind of get an idea that they were out there, but didn't know who they were, where they were at, or anything. And I think in the beginning, we were like, there's people from like Geffen from the mail room, like the real bottom part of the label. It wasn't even we weren't signed through A&R. We created such a buzz that just the normal folks that worked at Geffen just kept talking and talking, and it got up to the up and up that you got to come check this band out. And possibly are blowing up on the Strip right now. So that's how that went about.
Oh yeah. I wish I could have seen that. When you guys put out your album, Get Some, what was it like in the studio when you guys are recording this album? I mean, were you guys doing it live all together in one room?
Well, at first we tried that. We tried it as we were at Longview Farms, and it's in like North Brookfield, Massachusetts.
Yes. Yeah.
big history there, and it was an old studio from the '70s. But you know, when people were recording back then, everybody wanted to do a record on a Neve board. That was like, and there's only so many Neves in America, and there just so happened to be a Neve board at the studio. So we decided it'd be best to get away from LA because Lynn's just crazy running around, and we need to really focus on making the record. So we thought we'd go in the middle of nowhere, which that place was. It's an old farm converted into a studio, and there's a stage in there anyways. And we were told, we set up the whole band like we're going to play live on this old wooden stage in a barn, and we were like playing our songs, and they were like, you know what, let's go for it. Let's mic it up. The Bad Brains did Eye Against Eye right there on the stage where you're at. And I'm like, holy shit, I love the Bad Brains. One of my favorite albums. I just get goosebumps still thinking. I'm like, all right. So we tried and we tried. And finally, you know, I think Jamie was getting the shits of it because he was pulling perfect drum takes and somebody else was fucking up, you know. So finally he was like, Jamie's like, let me just do the drums. And he took the drums and he moved them into, they had like a weight room, like a lifting gym in the barn. And he put him in there. And this is the craziest thing ever. He just said, roll tape. And he didn't play with nothing. He played that entire album in his head to nobody. All his drum parts, he played those songs. I think he nailed one. I don't think anything was past a second take. He just ripped right through it like that.
That's insane. No click track, nothing.
I can't remember if there was a click back then or not.
But still, all the whole song in his head.
The whole thing,
crazy.
Not listening to anything. And
wow.
that's fucking insane. So he's done now, you know, just like that. Obviously, the guy's fucking amazing.
Yeah. At that moment, you're like, yeah, he's gonna be doing big things.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty huge.
So, from there on out, you know, we had another 4 weeks just to layer guitars, bass, and vocals, and do all the bells and whistles.
What were you guys listening to, music wise? Like, were there certain bands that you love? I know new metal was coming up around that time. Were you into the whole like Korn and Deftones and new metal thing?
I remember in particular what I was listening to the whole time we were recording and obviously leading up to the recording, but it was a mixture of Faith No More, King for a Day was like my favorite album at the time.
Love that album. Yes.
And I was listening to the Antichrist Superstar Marilyn Manson album at the time. And Paul's Boutique, Beastie Boys, lots of that shit.
Hey, we got a good variety. I love it.
Yeah, and then, you know, I've always, anything else, you know, from just I was always grew up on punk rock and British metal invasion kind of stuff. But those are the albums I remember playing a lot. And there was another band from I think Chicago at the time. They were called Big Chief. They were kind of underground band, and I liked the way they sound and everything. That's how I eventually found Phil Nicolo, who mixed the Get Some album.
Oh, cool.
He was doing all these albums, and his name was on that. And I said, "Fuck, I think that's our guy." So we ended up he ended up mixing our album too.
This is a silly question, but you know, at the beginning, the intro to the very beginning of the album, who did that? Was that was filmed, right? That was like a guy, one of your shows that did the Snot intro. I'm trying to remember how it goes now.
You know, the truth to that is, this is funny. This goes way back before Snot. This me and my best friend back in PA, Mark Kingfish, they call him, and we back then I was making T-shirts. We were going to go to the Smokin' rally in Washington, D.C. And I got a bunch of T-shirts, and we busted ass down there to do this 420 festival, sell some shirts. We had visions of making thousands of dollars. But anyways, we get there, and there's this like Vietnam guy kind of looking hippie, and he's in the park, and he's like yelling at these punkers. There's a bunch of punk rockers. They're sitting down in the lawn across from the White House, and he's like, "Get out of my front yard!" He's yelling. And Mark had the old camcorder at the time, you know, big old box you put on your shoulder, and he goes right up to the guy's face, and I'm like, "Oh shit, man!" I'm like, I didn't know if the guy was going to swing at him or not.
Right?
Mark's like, "Say something for the record. Tell the people what you feel." And this guy, he looks at Mark and he goes, "Fuck the record." Well, first he goes, And then he goes, "Fuck the record and fuck the people."
Yeah.
And then he goes, "If you're not thinking around the lines that I am, you better get out of line, buckwheat."
He said buttweed. That's
Yeah,
great.
and then Mark says, "You got anything else for the record?" And he's like, "No." And he's like, and then he says something, "Oh, well, you know, these are just punk rockers." And then we walked away. We had that on tape. And I don't know what it was, but when we were thinking about, you know, the Snot record and the artwork.
Yeah, who thought about that to add it?
One day I thought, what if this was the intro to the album? I just don't know. And I called Mark and like, you got that old VHS tape? Because you put the whole thing in them back then, you know, like you still got that footage from 6 years ago. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. So that's how that came about. And we actually have the video of it still. And it's you can find it on YouTube. You
I
find
think I've seen it before. I'll try to add it to this interview.
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
can find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've also seen footage on YouTube of you guys playing live, and it is amazing. I love it. It looks like you guys are like, I don't know if you were playing like backyard. I saw a video look like you're playing somebody's backyard or something, but it was packed and it very cool.
Yeah, we were like a grassroots band in Santa Barbara. So somebody had like a keg party, like something out by Isla Vista College. They wanted us to play. We'd fucking throw a jam anywhere, you know. And there's so many bands back then running around. It's, you know,
Did
big scene.
when you guys were, I didn't mean to interrupt you, man. When you guys were signed to Geffen, did they give you like your own bus and everything, or are they giving you like a van? What like touring wise, are they helping you?
Well, yeah, there was such thing as tour support back then.
Tour support, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, so they'll put you on the road for like 6 weeks, and they'll like cut you like $30,000-$40,000 budget. You got to figure out how you're going to do the whole tour with that $30,000-$40,000. And you know, believe me, it wasn't about making any money because everybody else got money. You know, obviously, it was involved. It was like playing for per diem, you know. But we busted ass in a van for quite a while, and then I believe right before the Ozfest, we finally were able to pick up a bus, and we were sharing it, I believe, with Human Waste Project.
Oh, I used to love them.
Yeah.
Great, man.
Uh-huh.
That's cool. You're sharing a bus with them. Wow. What's it like being that age and being, you know, just the partying must have just been, I mean, was it like partying every night, or were you guys like trying to be responsible or anything? You know?
Oh man, Santa Barbara in '95 was just like, it was the greatest time in my life. It was a lot of partying.
Yeah.
The town was booming. It had a music scene like 5 to 6 nights a week. You could go down the State Street, which is the main strip, and you could walk and you could see 5, 6 different bands and different clubs, from anything from like a reggae to like a ska to punk rock to metal. There was just music all up and down that area. It was cracking. So we were young and we were in Snot and we were just running around like hellions. And, we used to play this place called Toe's Tavern. It was right on State Street, and we went off down there. We packed that place, and then we got to know like System, and we would say, "Hey,
yes,
we like stay at the Snot House," because we all lived together. And we invited System, all of them, to come up and like open for us in at Toe's Tavern, and we started doing trade shows like that with bands in LA. You know, have us open for you in LA, and come up, swap it, open up for us, you know. So we did that a lot early, right before we got signed, with a lot of upcoming bands too.
What did you think about System of a Down at the time? I mean, was that just something like you never seen before?
Yeah, yeah. We did an album with Nick Adler. He had this thing called, I think, the Monster Mosh, and it was like in '96, maybe 96 at the Roxy, and it was like a Halloween thing, and he had all the upcoming bands. So it was Snot, Cold Chamber, System of a Down, Human Waste Project, and he recorded the whole show and he put it out. And I think that was the first time I seen them, and I was blown away because they had a lot of the blast beats and grindcore stuff, and I was totally from that scene as being young. So I remember going right up to Shava. I'm like, holy shit, you like fuck, you like grindcore? He's like, I love grindcore, and like we just hit it off instantly, and we've been friends ever since.
Oh yeah, that's it's amazing. I real fast, I had Left to Suffer band on the show. They actually came to the house, and the singer now is Shavo's new singer for his new band.
Yeah, they're badass.
Taylor. Yeah, Taylor. I know Taylor, man. He's from Atlanta.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, he's on my show. It's just wild to see how the evolve, you know. But yeah. Hey, so the whole like back. I don't want to. I'll get off Snot in a minute. But back then, I always think about how much Seven Us guys loved you, and how much and how, when did you first meet Seven Us? And were you guys on tour together when you met, or did you just meet them in passing?
It was through our management, Nick. We were trying to find bands that were upcoming to tour with, and obviously bands, you know, they weren't on the West Coast, they were on the East Coast. And he was like, have you ever heard of Seven Dust? They're putting out an album soon, and I think you guys would be a great pairing. And I believe at the time he said, you know, I'm having them at the Roxy, you should come out, see them, and introduce yourself. And I believe that was the first meeting with those guys. And we kind of fell in love with each other, and we instantly were on the road with them back in, you know, it would have been 97.
Some of my favorite drummers are like Morgan Rose, Shannon Larkin, Jamie, whatever. It's just
those are mine too.
Yeah, man. Just like to see them together. I mean, that's so awesome.
Yeah, what I love about those guys is not only are they fucking amazing players, they have a showmanship about it where, you know, I just love drummers that like look like they're dancing back there. They're just giving it their full body, and they're fun to watch. They're exciting. I fucking love it. I love that style of drumming.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, there's not many drummers that play like that, but when you see them, you kind of know that they got something else. It may not be crazy technical, or you know, but they're fucking slamming like John Bonham beats, but fucking just ripping, just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Who's the? I don't know if you know the drummer. I can't think of his name now, but he's Vince Neil's solo drummer.
Oh, I was about to say another drummer who I got to play with in White Noise Owl is Will Hunt, and
Will Hunt. He's awesome.
He's fucking amazing. And I was like, yeah, that's another story too, how we met. But yeah, I didn't know anything about Will until we met in the studio and did the White Noise Owl project. And I'm like, holy shit, he's from the same, must be drinking that same water, you know?
Right. Yeah, dude, you get all the best drummers, by the way. You know,
I'm still fucking spoiled. I swear to God, when it comes to drummers, and I can be hard on other drummers at times because
you played with the best.
I played with, and I instantly, if I could hear something, and I hear just something so slight, you know, I'm just like, I don't know if this guy's gonna cut it, and everybody's like, what do you mean?
Right.
Spoiled, yeah, from playing with badasses like, you know, speaking of, yeah.
Did you ever play any other instruments besides bass? You ever do drums or try drums or guitar or anything like that?
I play a killer air drum. But,
yeah, nice.
No, I originally was a guitar player.
Yeah. You ever play anymore?
Yeah, I got a Les Paul. I finally got one for my 50th birthday. I wanted it my whole life, but I finally got myself a Les Paul. But you know, I originally was a heavy metal guitar player, like lead, and so that would have been in the 80s before I even met Shannon. And then when we both met, I was playing in one of the tri-state bands in PA. He lived in West Virginia, and so we used to play the Baltimore, Washington D.C. circuit. It was like cover bands. So I played with Raftchild.
Yeah,
and yeah, I was ripping lead guitar player for. Well, I started at 9 years old.
Cool.
9 years on guitar, and I quit playing guitar when Shannon looked at me one day and said, I want you to be my bass player in my punk rock band. And I'm like, really? And I never went back ever since that moment.
Yeah. When he asked you to do that, definitely.
Yeah.
So you guys played Ozfest too, and that was a short run, right? Wasn't that just a few weeks or something?
Yeah, it sucks. It was so short because it was probably still, I bet you, the most legendary Ozfest there was. There was so many big fucking up and coming bands on that one, but it was short. It didn't go past the Mississippi, so it was basically concentrated mainly east in the country.
But it was so huge, man. I remember seeing like MTV News and seeing Lynn Stray like running from the cops and talking about like, didn't he run on Ozzy's bus? And I mean, that made MTV back then was still cool, you know. I mean, that was
right. You had Kurt Loder,
yeah,
Headbangers Ball,
mm-hmm.
120 minutes. Like,
Matt Pinfield, yeah, I love Matt Pinfield.
Yep.
But yeah. So yeah, Limp Bizkit was on that tour, weren't they?
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
that's the big toilet.
Yeah, that was the reason Lynn was off and running naked into Sharon and Ozzy's dressing room because the police were after him for that incident.
So after that tour, and Sonny wasn't there, right? Sonny wasn't at the Ozfest. Was he in the band at the time?
Sonny quit Snot right before the Ozfest, and he joined Amen.
Yes,
and obviously Shannon was in Amen at the time, so it kind of made sense. When Sonny decided to leave Snot, like I said, it's always Shannon. He's like he's the kingpin. So he was in Amen, and Sonny joined Amen, and then when Lynn passed, I went on to Amen, and I was back with my Pitbull brothers again.
Pitbull, MF Pitbull,
yeah.
Is there any can you find that MF Pitbulls or whatever? Can you find that on YouTube? That's all up
there? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got to look that up then.
Yeah. We even did a track because we were still doing it a bit in early Snot days where there's a track with Shannon and Lynn doing dueling vocals on it. Yeah. Wow. It's called In Hell. Put in MF Pitbull's In Hell, Lynn Straight, and you probably definitely find it right away on YouTube.
That sounds awesome, man. Yeah, I'm definitely have to hit some links and put them in the description and everything. That sounds great. So and when you did Amen, but didn't you guys already have songs for the next Snot album, like for the Straight Up record or whatever?
Yeah, they were loose ideas. We were just riffs at the time, and we might have had like 3 or 4 ideas for songs, and that's around the time that Lynn passed.
Was Lynn wanting to go in a different that kind of what direction did he want to go into with the next album? Was he was there were you guys talking about that already?
Not really. Snot was such a crazy mixture of everything. We just would mix so many styles all together, and we put the stuff together right on the spot mainly. Or Mikey would have a riff, and then I usually always was like the guy who would write the bridge to the song.
Right.
But we all had input. Lynn would be there in the room. And it wasn't like one songwriter would come in and go, "This is the song. This is the way it goes." Yeah, we were all collectively just throwing stuff in there and putting it all together. It was fun.
So Lynn wouldn't be he wouldn't wait for the music to be written and then just show up and be like, "Okay, what do you got?" He would be there kind of during the whole process.
I mean, we'd start on a riff or something, and he'd already be just he wouldn't be like. A lot of singers do this thing where they don't really have words, but they have melodies. So they're just mumbling on the mic. And then they kind of break that down and they make words to that melody.
Like scatters. Yeah.
So he was doing that always. And he always had a pen and paper, and he was always writing, always very involved in the process. It wasn't like, here's a finished song. He'd be like, well, when we're writing it, well, I can't do this extra verse. You got to extend it. And we're like, what? Because he's writing at the same time we are. He goes, trust me, I just went, can you do it 2 more times or something? So it was being put together like that.
Yeah. And I wish that was documented, everything is recorded now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I wish I could see that. So joining Amen, that must have been that was cool. Mikey went to Soulfly, right? I mean, I think he went to Soulfly, and then you did Amen with Sonny.
Yep, sure did.
Casey Chaos.
Yep.
Yeah, he wrote everything though, right? He did all the music.
He was the mastermind in Amen, and he was, like I said, was like a drill sergeant. He'd be like, "This is the song. This is how we're going to attack it. This is what I want you to do." Even down to the point where you were like, "Give me your bass, play it like this, hand it back to me. Give me your guitar, hand it back to the guitar player." And even I swear, if he could have played drums, he probably did that with Shannon. But him and Shannon got real tight, and they would just they would get together on a weekend. And he'd come out of there with like 20 song ideas, just drums and Casey on guitar. Then he would dissect it all and write it into music, and then put it into full songs, and then bring it to us, and then we would execute.
How did you feel about like literally handing your bass over and be like, no, it's almost like a very beginner band. Like, so where do I put my finger? Or like, what do I do? You know, did you enjoy that, or did he give you room to kind of create your own thing?
Sometimes, you know, when I first joined Amen, they were still tracking the first album at the same time that Slipknot was tracking their first album. So that's how I got to meet those guys real early. But
yeah,
Ross Robinson was the producer, and they had the last track on the first Amen album. I can't fucking think the name of it. Anyways, they just said, come in and do your shit and play it. And they tracked me. And then I was definitely in the band at that point. Oh, the song was called Resignation.
Oh yeah.
But you know, Casey's style of punk rock was completely the other coin of what Snot was. Because we were always pushing the beat in Amen. Like where it sounded like we're racing, we're like fucking off to the races, and like we're gonna fall apart like a fucking like a car accident or some shit, you know, train coming off the track shit. But with Snot, we were on the beat, we were laid back, and we were in the pocket. The Amen was full on constant punk rock, push, push, push. So it was a complete different style for me from going from Snot instantly to think that way. So Casey was very instructive to like get me. It's like you just do a bunch of blow and drink a bunch of coffee, kind of playing like like that,
faster,
you know? faster, but almost sounding, you know, the point where it's gonna fall apart, but it's still together. I love that energy about Amen, and I respected that about Casey, and it was fun, you know. It was just, you can't have egos and things like that. You got to be like, you know, people sometimes are just genius in a different way, and got to understand and try to replicate what they're trying to do. And honestly, and there was points where it was like, I can't do that. And like, you play the bass on these parts because, you know, I just can't emulate what you're doing. It's so fucking weird.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. That you have mutual respect and everything. What was when you guys played live, did you have a lot of like Snot fans just going just because they're Snot fans? I mean, did Amen, the crossover kind of thing?
Yeah, I think though, you know, a lot of people may have been disappointed in America because they were thinking, obviously, two members from Snot, a new band, and they were probably expecting something similar, but Amen was nothing like Snot whatsoever. And I you know, and they were putting us on the road with new metal bands, and I don't think in America people got what we were doing at all at the time. And honestly, we didn't do well at all in America, but we fucking hit a home run in England.
Yes. Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And that was like my new home for pretty much the career of Amen. I was always in fucking England, and we went to like 10 different countries besides England. And we were huge in England. We were like pushing gold record, believe it or not. And all the other countries, pretty much we did decent too, but the fucking English loved us. It was,
yeah.
I love England too, because I always respected a lot of English bands growing up. There was a lot of influence from English bands for me.
There's a new metal podcast, and I'm trying to think of the name of it, but the dude I think is from England, and him and I have talked about you, and he's just like, "Oh, Amen is amazing!" Like everybody like he's blown away. Like
yeah, I'd go to England and get spotted on the street, you know, but never in America where, you know, and all of a sudden there's like people following you around and you've got to hide and shit. But they definitely recognized Casey, chasing him all around fucking London. But, you know, Casey's on the cover of Kerrang, Enemy, you know, all, and then we were
oh, that's cool.
I love
Kerrang.
BBC, and we played all the big venues throughout England constantly.
Yeah, man, that's kind of like Mikey right now, Mikey Dolan with Coyote, right? He's huge over the pond.
Channel Zero is the band.
Yes, I'm sorry, that's it. Yeah, yep.
They're a Belgian band. Mikey's joined them, but they had over a decade or more history way before Mikey, and they were huge in Belgium. So they were like pulling like main support for Metallica and shit in Belgium. And
wow,
he gets to play the the festivals every year there and pack it. And then I guess there's cities in Belgium that they can do like 2-3 nights sold out and like giant like not amphitheaters, but I don't know, like 4,000 seaters and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's incredible. I'd be tempted just to move there. People love me so much in Belgium. That's awesome.
Yeah, I miss it too. Mikey's always like, you need to come with me when I go over next time. And I still haven't taken up on the offer, but I need to get over there.
All right, man. So I got 2 more things. I'll let you go, man. The Low Pro. I love Low Pro. That's you got the most amazing singer, underrated Pete, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, dude. And
Pete.
Shannon Larkin, right? He was in there too. Didn't he? Shannon play? He didn't play drums. Why am I thinking Shannon played drums? Was it Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy Stewart, probably because Shannon went to play in Godsmack and Tommy Stewart.
That's right.
Joined Low Pro. And at the same time I did too. Yep.
Yeah. So I guess you just got a phone call to join? Or were they how'd you get in the band?
I've been friends with Pete and Neil since Santa Barbara because they were from the Santa Barbara. Also, they were in bands playing
like Ultra Spank. Yeah.
Yeah. We all came up together in that scene, and I was on the Rocks. It's the bar above the Roxy one night, and Neil was sitting in there, and I was catching wind that Pete and him had a new project. So we just got to talking. And finally, I'm just like, I even went out that night because I'm kind of a recluse. I'm like, man, I got to get out. Maybe I can get into a band or something. Anyways, run into him. Believe it or not, I just blurted out like, well, who's playing bass? He goes, well, I am at the moment, but we need a bass player. And I'm like, I want the gig. And that was that.
Yeah. Just got it, man.
Yeah. Right place, right time. And the crazy fact is I went in there on that intention that night to like network and get something going musically because I was down and depressed and I needed to do something,
Well, that worked out perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I guess that wasn't it like Aaron Lewis from Stain that heard you guys play or something? Isn't that how you guys got signed, or am I just making that up?
No, he started his own imprint label.
Yes, okay.
He heard the music was being recorded with Don Gilmore in the studio, and he was like, "I'll sign you guys to my imprint label," which was through Geffen again. So there again, I was back in the Geffen family.
Yeah. Return back.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been through some labels, Snot, Geffen. Originally, Amen was signed to Roadrunner, and then I don't know, they just freaked out on us, and just all of a sudden, we got to let you go. It was kind of like some Sex Pistols thing. And then all of a sudden, we were on Virgin. Amen on Virgin. We had fucking tons of money and marketing behind us.
Dude, that's Madonna's thing, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you get to meet Madonna on Virgin?
No, but I could have met Mariah Carey at the time because she got signed.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Madonna's Maverick. I'm sorry. I'm thinking a Virgin.
Yeah.
Anyway, my bad.
Carey. Yeah.
So wait, you almost met Mariah Carey? Is that what you said?
Almost. Then all of a sudden, that thing fell apart. It's just constant train wreck of bands that kind of went through my life and had strange, fast endings. Unfortunately, Low Pro, wasn't much had longevity also. Unfortunately, but it was an amazing band and a beautiful album.
But all you guys got along real well, right? I mean, that was it just the business side or something, or like
always was a label, just
label, yeah.
Label fucking up and all of a sudden deciding they're going to just drop a slew of bands that were not, they felt that were not going to make them a shit ton of money or something. Or they just had to, somebody would come in to a record label and they would fire the head of Active Rock, and then they would come in and they wouldn't know anything about this. And they'd be like, all right, these people got to go. This has got to go. This has got to go. And just clean house. And I've been caught up in that shit before. Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Did you play any shows live for Low Pro?
No, yeah. We went out.
Did you guys go on tour?
Stained, obviously, we played a lot of shows with Stained instantly. So we knew we had tours because Aaron was behind it,
Yeah, that's a dumb question because I'm starting to think I saw you guys in Atlanta now.
Yeah,
I
and
remember.
then we did some stuff with 3 Days Grace. They were just very brand new baby band at the time, and we did stuff with them and played a lot with Static X. So I think
Oh, that's
Static
yeah,
X, out of all my bands, like always was always playing on tour with Static X. Did a lot of runs with them.
yeah, yeah. That's really cool. That's amazing that that their Static X is back now. So I think they're handling it cool. Trying to remember the singer's name. That
No,
the guy. Yeah, I can't remember his name now. The
but
new
Wayne,
singer. Yeah,
Wayne,
yeah,
yeah, we all miss Wayne for sure. In
yeah,
fact, Snot did a well after Lynn passed. We got together a few other times to do the album just in memory and played all together. But we did a memory for Wayne Static at the Whiskey A Go Go
wow,
right after he died. A bunch of bands came and did like a benefit, and we put it together for that.
yeah. That's cool.
Mhm.
Um, so okay, one more thing. The Straight Up album, which is so underrated, and I love the making of. I mean, I think it came with like a DVD maybe back in the day, but just
Yeah,
having all those people together and making the video, and Angel's Son video is huge, and you had Corey Taylor and everybody. That's pretty amazing that you guys captured that and made an album and put it out. Were the record company, were they supportive of that?
not for the longest time. In the beginning, it was an idea that I thought of, and when Mikey and I kind of started talking about it, wanted to get it done. And I mean, stuff was so primitive back then. There wasn't even cell phones or nothing. And I remember making flyers and putting them on Sunset Strip, saying "coming soon." And I'm like, we should just call our friends that were singers that we toured with, and
Mm,
ask them if they'd sing on a track. And a lot of the powers that be would say, "Oh, that can't be done." And we're like, "Why?" And they're like, "Because there's too much red tape. Managers are gonna want money, and then this and that and that and this." And we were kind of like punk rock, and we were like, "Fuck that, fuck this," and we're gonna do it. And we believed in it, and we fucking, with the help of Lou Adler, Nick's father, is icon record producer and filmmaker, and he helped put up the money, and we started recording it, and then we actually sold it to I believe it was an Interscope after it was pretty much done, because we got all the singers in, paid all for all on our own. And then at that time, I think the labels were like, "Holy shit, they did it." And there still was red tape, on it.
yeah,
There was some songs, like the Incubus song. I remember they were pushing a single at the time, so, and we thought that was a strong song to push the radio, but we were not allowed to because
oh really,
they
yeah,
were working Incubus. So, you couldn't be like push another song with Brandon on it and this. So we lost some things like that by doing it. But all in all, it was totally self put together to the very end. And it was amazing, amazing thing to do.
were you guys gonna do were you guys gonna do a video with Brandon from Incubus, like kind of like you did the Angel Sun video?
I don't remember that. I just remember of the Angel Sun video coming together. And I remember, that day doing it and everything. I don't remember of any talks of any other videos. No.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. What amazing! I mean, it's just incredible being on the beach and then having everybody together. It looked like Lynn's family was there, maybe, or his mom, and
Yeah, the
yeah,
family was always supportive. So his sisters and his mom usually would always be involved, and even back in the day, coming to the shows and very supportive of what we were doing. His mom would pay for our rehearsal space, and she helped with the rent at the Snot House. And there was a lot of family love from the Straits, definitely.
do you still keep in touch with them?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm living in Colorado now, but Mikey gets to see them once in a while since he's still in California.
Yeah, I wish there was like a documentary or something that would cover it. That this just seems would be really good. But
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's been talk and several times, and I've passed off a lot of footage to some people that said they were going to put a documentary together, and I don't know, but I agree with you. Yeah, the story of Lynn Strait and Snot is definitely would be a great story to tell if the documentary was done right.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, man. So you got a new band I mean, it's not brand new, right? You guys been around a little bit.
Well, no, it's new to me. Yeah. I mean, they were working on these songs probably up to 2 years before I got in the band.
How do you say the band name? Is the Theftuous, right?
No,
Man,
Theftuous.
say it again.
Theftuous.
Wow, I was way off. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. And that was just we're half English, love English,
Yeah.
and we're half American. So it's me here in the States, Colorado, and then Mark Harrington, who sang in a band called Relative Ash.
I love that band, by the way. We got to talk about that for a second.
Yeah. He's our singer. I think he's living out of Chicago now. And then Massimo, the guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
He was in a band called 1 Minute Silence out of England.
Yes. Yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
Have you heard of them?
Yeah, I remember them.
And then Pat Garvey, who is a badass like session drummer and drum teacher in London, is our drummer. But he's drumming for his band, and most people don't know they're really underground. They're kind of like really psychedelic hippie kind of underground band from England, but they're called Osric Tentacles.
All right, that's cool.
And they've been around for a long time, and you should really listen to them.
I will. Yeah, if you guys send me a link to that.
They're like serious. There are no vocals. They're like all prog rock instrumental, like badass players. Yeah.
And he's the drummer for that band?
Yeah.
So you got another great drummer.
Yeah. And I never got to play with Pat, only just what he recorded in Center of America that I tracked bass to.
Oh, okay.
And we dropped an EP about 3 or 4 months ago, and you can find us on all musical streams, downloads, and all that good shit.
Yeah, it sounds great. It's heavy. I like it. The singer sounds so different from Relative Ash. I mean, he's got some range, you know.
Oh yeah, I was impressed. He was just a few songs on there like Linear Chaos, the first track, and then the last song, Warm and Violent. Those are like my two favorite. But what we pulled off musical there is, I think it's fucking genius. I love that. And then I played Cannibal, which is probably the heaviest song on the EP. And that's when I decided to join the band, because they sent me that track. And I must have ignored them for like 6 months, 10 months. And finally, I wasn't playing bass. And I'm like, fuck, you know, like I listened to the song and I couldn't play it. It's hard, especially not playing for that long.
Right.
And I got determined. I'm like, all right, I called him up, said, I'm going to track this song. I like it. Just give me some time. And that's how it rolled over to me joining the band, pretty much.
Wow. So do you track your own stuff and just send it to them, and you guys don't play in the same room ever?
No, never. Kind of like White Noise Owl.
Right. Yeah, White Noise Owl.
We didn't get to talk about, but we totally organically would send the music around, and we would add our parts to it. Or we would know our parts, and we would meet in the studio and just throw down one day and then dissolve, never see each other again. Yeah.
So when are you guys gonna do any tours coming up? Or you just keep releasing some music? Yeah,
I'm just gonna keep pumping music out. I mean, nowadays it's, you know, touring is, you know, back then, like I said, you could get 30, 40K from a label. But nowadays, if you ain't got any support, it's out of your own pocket, you know. So it's rough, you know. You got 2 guys in England, 2 guys in America. Somebody's gonna have to bone up some money to fly somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, you gotta make some like band shirts, you know, Kill Your Culture, you know, make some band shirts for the band, you know. That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, they're doing them in England now.
Oh, okay.
Through like a third party thing, but yeah, when it comes to merchandise here in America, you know, obviously you got to pay tariffs if I shipped it over there. So yeah, I got it covered for America, that's for sure.
Yeah. Hey, last thing, Snot put out a couple of songs out in 2008. The band plays on and coulda, shoulda, woulda. They sound great. I love those, by the way. Those 2 songs are awesome, man.
All right, thank you.
Were you guys just gonna release those 2, or were you at the time? Were you gonna try to put out like an EP or something?
It was a strange point. I mean, we got together and some things happened between us, and we kind of fell apart right around that time after recording those. It was, we kind of walked away with it, walked away. Tommy Vext was singing for us at the time, and Tommy came out and did the Lynn tribute. We played some shows throughout the States, and then we recorded that material, and then it kind of seemed like just broke up again. With Snot, it's one of those bands, and I feel that obviously I didn't get to mention, but we're actually talking about putting it together again for the sake of playing some of these festivals, because a lot of these new metal bands have been playing and getting back together. It was along that era as us. If you notice what's going on there.
Yeah,
it's like a resurgence.
Absolutely.
And, we're talking about going out next summer. Right now we're looking for a singer to put it together, but
that's cool.
We started negotiating it actually early this week, believe it or not. And we had some agency call us and said that we could get on this festival circuit next year if we get our shit together. So,
do you have a list of who you would want to sing?
Not really, because once again, I was getting to is just like, when Lynn left, it was kind of like Queen losing fucking Freddie Mercury or some shit. Like,
right?
It was just like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Very, very hard shoes to fill. But we're not even doing this. We're not doing it to like, we're gonna make a new Snot album. We're gonna like get back together. It's basically just playing the album and a few covers, but it's not like we're gonna like make, try to do it again. It's just, for the act of love and memory of Snot, to get together. Because, Jamie's in Bad Religion, and Sonny's busy with Rock to Recovery, and I am my business and things. But we're just doing that for that, which is, it's just cool. A lot of people will be like, when's the new album and all that? But there probably will never be another Snot album again. I'm just going to ride out to get some masterpiece and play it as much as we can and get as many original members back on that stage.
Yeah, that sounds, I can't wait. That sounds great.
I'll keep you posted to it, Scott.
Please. Yeah, I would love to do another interview around there, man.
Yeah.
I thought about you getting Surge up there and just doing some songs. How cool that would be.
What's the big festival in your area you go to every year?
What do we have? We had a big new metal festival that came. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, my brain's gone blank. Louder Than Life, a bunch of them. Not many in Georgia though. I mean, that's I'm getting lazy. Like I don't travel much.
You got like Rocklahoma.
Rocklahoma, yeah, that's a good one.
That one's big. Yeah, but get on things like that next year, and it'd be cool to bounce over to Europe again, and especially England, because we definitely did well in England and France when Snot reunited like 10 years ago. We went over there, and people went fucking ape shit.
Did they?
Yeah, especially the English again. Love the English.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Well, hey, John, man, thank you for being back on the show. And, you're always welcome. I want to keep doing more. So, and I got to give a shout out to Colby, man, from the Heavy Metal Sit Down podcast.
Yeah.
I'm buddies with him.
Recently. Yeah.
Yeah. So he just had you on the show. And, man, I want to get you back on the show. Maybe you and Mikey or something, and do something again. Maybe get Sonny or something. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about Snot reuniting, next year. This sounds great.
Yeah. Yep. Just got to find a singer. So get this podcast out there. Maybe the guys out there or so. We got our eyes on a few people, but like
would you ever go female like Linkin Park? Get you a female singer.
No offense.
I mean, and she did good though. I mean, I thought it was cool.
I have yet to hear it, honestly.
Yeah.
I caught wind of it, but I didn't dig in and take a listen. So I'm sure something's up online, right? Obviously.
Yeah. Anyway, John, man, I appreciate you being on the show, man. This means a lot to me, man. Thank you for your friendship and keeping in touch. It's cool.
Awesome. Love to come out in Georgia and visit again if we could.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe we'll do this run next spring or summer. You get us all in there. You have Jamie, Sonny, Mikey, and me, and whoever's singing. So we'll see.
That would be killer. So yeah, let's make that happen for sure.
Right. For sure.
All right, John, man. Appreciate it, man. You have a good night, brother.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Cheers.